Good morning, my friends. Wiggle here. So I'm working on sorting potatoes and storing potatoes, and I've come up with a plan. Here's one of the wheelbarrows. I did a wheelbarrow about like this yesterday. Not completely full, but you know. So I ended up with 3 5-gallon buckets of good storage potatoes, undamaged. And it looks like there's no soft spots or insect holes or anything like that. So those I'm going to try to lay out in a single layer, cure and store them in the same place. Anyway. So then I got my seed potatoes here, 1 5-gallon bucket of seed potatoes and a 5-gallon bucket of damaged. Probably more than normal, but I used my loader bucket and just scraped up, so I cut through potatoes, quite a few of them. Or just nicked them with the, or whatever. It wasn't ideal, but it was reasonable for the amount of labor. So there's like 25 gallons of potatoes, and then I'll show you the ones, if they were soft or squishy, then we put them in here. So, and there's more than that, but probably another 5 gallons of damaged. Let me grab my feed. Hold it. Where did I put it? 1 second. Sorry. Where did I put it? Right there. Alright. So I'm working on this shelf. Getting that mold on it. I sprayed that with, misted it with bleached water. It did help. I'm going to have to do it again. These are the ones that I did not bleach. So yeah, so learned a lesson on that. I was going to take them apart and take them outside, but nah, I just clean them in place. So I got my feed. Let me show you. I'm going to lay the feed out, throw the potatoes on there, then let the chickens out. So that's only about 20 pounds of corn. These are the straggler chickens that don't go in the coop at night. Who knows where they go? So I'll show you when I let the chickens out in a minute. So here's 20 pounds of corn, 10 pounds of potatoes or whatever. Right here. Stragglers eating. So let me show you the rest. Here goes the obedient poultry. Dun, dun, dun. Where's my turkey? I'm missing a white turkey. Girl turkey. Looks it already came out. Come on, white rock. In the wrong spot. Well, where's my girl turkey go? This scraggly fella here. And here's at least some of them. I seem to be missing a girl turkey. I hope she's okay. Don't know where she went. She's so tame. Hope she didn't get eaten. She was cool. So there's that. So I'm going to show you where I'm going to put my potatoes. There's Turkey Girl. She got stuck behind a fence all night. Glad she didn't get eaten. Come on, Turkey Girl. See if we can get her out of this little mess. Come here, Turkey Girl. Come on, Turkey Girl. Now I'm going to get over here and she'll walk over to me. Well, she'll figure out and walk over here to me in a minute. This is my other potato patch. So, all of this, kind of over where that turkey's at, there's a little patch that didn't get potatoes. I put onions in. They didn't do anything because it was too late. But maybe halfway this way. This is all potatoes in here, and I think they did pretty well, but I'm just leaving them in the ground for now. We wait for the rain to wash them up, or when the cows get in here and I graze them, they kick them up. So like this. There's one right there. A couple actually from the rain last night, and this one's soft. This one's good. Come on, turkey girl. Got to come over here so I can get you out. Well, she'll be all right. She'll get it figured out one way or the other. So I'm just glad she's alive. And here's 3 sisters. So there's probably 1,000 pounds of potatoes in here. I have no idea, but they were pretty tall. They look pretty healthy. The heat killed them off, or they just got done doing their thing. So here's the 3 sisters. You can see the beans on top of the corn, and then you can see the butternut down in there. And you can see the weeds. But it's like, what do you do? I might just let the beans dry right on the stalk and just pick the ones around the edges maybe. But not a lot of flowers on the beans. I don't know what the deal is with that. High nitrogen, maybe they're missing some key nutrient. Not seeing a ton of beans. It's just, I don't understand it. Or maybe they're just really slow. But I got like 10 or 12 inch butternut squash that's already developed. You'd think that the beans would develop faster than the squash. So I don't know. But there's my 3 sisters. So a little detour before the potatoes. Got these clamp-on forks from the river, and I already destroyed the cross member that held them together. But then they had this little circular part that's made to help adjust the different widths of forks as they kind of slide in there. But it turns out I had a piece of metal that would just slide right in there. Round bar, or whatever you call it. So what I'm doing here is I had bent, see this little thing that tightens, so it's not really useful now. So now I'm going to just hacksaw that baby off. You can even see that. There it is. This right here. I'm going to hacksaw that off so it'll go on straight. This little jam nut goes against there. The forks end up not sitting straight, so I'm actually going to try to do it without the jam nut, because this setup is working well. And I was going to formulate a little piece of metal to hold this end of this bar, but it's got this chain latch here. So I'm just going to put a hook, and instead of welding it and burning my paint, I'm just going to drill some holes. 1/4 inch plate, maybe 3/16. I'm going to put a couple of hooks on there. I'm just going to drill the hole and put the hook in there, and then I can just hook the chain to the hook, hook the chain here, and they'll just be kind of sliding on there, but they won't be able to slide off. They might flop around a little bit. I did get a pallet the other day, the way with that bent one, it ended up having uneven pallets, so it was real hard to get the. And it's tough on a tractor like this when you're using the forks have a fast turning radius up, and they arc up and down real fast. So most forklifts it's pretty much straight. So you're just worried about height. But now you got to get it level with whatever you're trying to pick up and the height. The elevation, and then the forks have to be level. So, and then you can't see because the bucket's in the way, so you're kind of like stabbing in the dark. You can kind of stand up in the cabin, almost see it, but it's need a camera or something. But anyway, I'm going to try to get these forks leveled out. I'm just doing this little detour before the potatoes because I need to feed the cows. I got to move some hay. So this ended up being a pretty workable. So I'll show you that in a minute. Well, shucky ducky, I'm in here after that Sawzall over there, and I'm where the potatoes are going to go. This is my meat locker, but I'm not going to need it. This has been well over a week. I had moved this over here, hasn't been plugged in. It's probably been 10 days. Just sitting here. This is where I've got 2 cows getting processed, and this is 15 cubic feet, so that should be plenty for two cows. One medium, large, and then one extra large, and that should all fit in there. I gotta actually get this hooked to the battery or to the panel. Over here in this corner on the other side is my DC panel, fuse box, circuit breaker, DC circuit breaker. So I got to get a wire through this wall over there and get this thing up and running for my meat when it comes. But I digress. As I digress, I'm going to go ahead and put some wire shelves in here and put my potatoes on here. I do have this little vent down here. It's blocked off good. I want to make sure no rodents get in here. So I was coming after this so I can fix my forks to feed the cows. And then later I'm going to clear this out and put some shelves and just single layer my potatoes in here. It does stay dark and it's relatively cool. I think the heat is over. I'm not sure how accurate that thing is. It says 70, so that might be accurate. So anyway, I'm gonna go feed the cows and clean this out and get some wire shelves hooked up, and then I'll show you some potatoes. So if you wondered, the chickens will eat raw potatoes. They will, and do. They'll pick at them and they'll get tired and come back, but they'll be gone in a day or two. Wasn't terribly terrible. Just cut it in place with an old hacksaw blade. Man, Milwaukee tools, my friends. Get them. They're expensive, but they're better. They're tough. Batteries last longer. Just get them. Ah, there's my jam nut. You can see where it cut through it pretty quick, actually. So I'm going to save that jam nut. Not going to use it at this moment. So here we go. Put that on there. Tighten it in place, I guess. Make sure it's all lifted up or not. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Alright, I got them all the way on there. They look a little more even than they did. I think that one on the right's a little bit higher. These things have been through a hard life in their short life. Short but hard life. But I got them tightened down with the hammer here. Took the jam nuts off. That way you don't have to use a wrench. And that's a pretty solid hookup as it is, but it will come loose. When I get that chain, they will have to slide up like 8 inches or so. That chain ain't going to let them slide. Maybe just, I'm going to get the chain as tight as possible with no binders or anything. Just try to get it within one link tight, you know, and I'm pretty sure that it will be solid and I'll be able to get off easily. Just a hammer, loosen these two things, pop the chains off, and then just drop it. And the way this is, they can't shift sideways. I was having a lot of trouble with the forks moving back and forth with this bar running through them, and the bar is resting against the bucket. They can't really turn. So as long as I don't put them through too much, they should get a lot of years out of it. And I use the forks a lot, but then when I need the bucket, I use the bucket a lot. So I need to make sure that I get the forks off easy. And I do need to get my big machine going with big forks, because it has real forks on that one. This is really helpful with the sawmill especially, and then moving hay bales. So I'll be back with you.